Alrighty, welcome back to another look at our payment technology. So now in the last video we got into the Bluetooth card readers themselves, how that technology works, and then how issues can occur on that payment network. Now we're going to be looking to the resolution. What happens when you have an issue, when you have an upset guest. How do you verify it? How do you resolve it? And we're starting with some slides here because we want to lay out the expectations, both what to expect when you're interacting with a guest about this, but also the expectations we have on you as leaders for how you resolve the situation. So first, looking at about the background of stress that we're experiencing, because you have eyes, ears, and are breathing right now, you understand we live in a very stressful time. So this is the Stress in America survey conducted through last year. These results were just released. 87% of Americans are stressed due to rising inflation in this country, 81% looking at supply chain issues, 80 at cyber attacks and nuclear threats, 69 looking at potential for World War III to break out, and 65 for money in the economy as a whole. And these are all looking at levels of stress that is causing a negative impact on your daily quality of life. And then inflation is making our money stress significantly worse. Typically about a 2% inflation is a healthy target for an economy. In 2020, we nailed that goal of looking at about 1.2% inflation. In 2022, we tripled what would normally be considered healthy. So we've had about a 15% total inflation since 2020. This is snipping at our dollars. We're not getting nearly as much bang for our buck, quote unquote, as we were. So it makes all our stress worse. And then as Americans especially, we do not like talking about money. 34% of couples living together don't talk about money beyond just covering their basic bills. 17% of wealthy parents don't talk to their kids about money. And then imagine if you're at a dinner party and the list of conversation starters was marital discord, mental health, race, relationships, and politics. If you are 80 to 90% of Americans, your first reaction would be, well, at least it's not talking about money. So, given all this background, we want to, as the first step, don't escalate. This is already going to be a stressful situation, so don't yell, don't be dismissive, don't act frustrated. Don't at all let your first steps for problem solving be calling the police or getting a trespass warrant. Show care with the guest. So use your herd model. Take your time, gather information, let the guest feel heard in this situation. Empathize with your guest. Remember, people are stressed, money is stressful, and that we are very simply used to our technology and to our systems. Guests are not going to have knowledge of what's happened, so take the time and explain it to them. Apologize to the guest. Do your best to calm them down. Assure them that a refund is going to go through, but in certain circumstances that we are going to need to charge them again. And then delight the guest. You have the room to treat them, whether with a dessert now or send them with a DOC for their next visit. For all of this, you need to know how the order details, how the card charges, how they flow through our system, and then how to check them within our system. And then as well as you want to communicate all of this effectively, communicate it calmly to the guests. Remember, as our leaders, you are representing the best that Chick-fil-A has, the best that Chick-fil-A has to offer. So we always want to give guests reason to come back, especially when we're having an issue with our systems. So now we're going to go into how things show up. I'm going to show you how charges come across, as well as how to find all this information for yourself in CFA Home.